Right then, the next stage of combat in CCC is when you attack other players and they actually choose to fight you in a field battle. So whenever you attack another player in a location where they can operate, they get the opportunity to defend themselves using their field army instead of the counters they have in that location. So here, Via, as his name, as I want, we're back to this space. Via can attack Orozco in this location, attack his industry here, or here, or he can attack Casas Grandes. Now, over here, Orozco can't operate over there because it's miles away from his base. So if Via attacks this place, it will defend itself with its garrison. If Via attacks the mine, however, Orozco can operate there because it's one trail away, so he can choose to intervene with his field army and get stuck in himself. Similarly, if Via attacks Casas Grande, Orozco's base is there, so he can clearly operate there, and he can either rely on his counters, his base and his garrison, or he can again use his field army to intervene with. Defending like this isn't absolutely free. It costs you a fatigue, which you don't pay if it's your base is being attacked. So if you're attacked anywhere else, you have to spend a fatigue, or gain a fatigue rather. If it's your base, there's no cost at all. You can do this even if you've got any amount of fatigue, or even if you've got an exhaustion count, you can still add more fatigue counters. Or there's not much point adding more, but at that point, yeah, technically you're adding them. So when you do attack another player, they will oppose you like so. They'll oppose you with their field army, and in this case, the battle is a matter of comparing your support value. So in this case, we can see that Orozco's got a bigger army, higher support, but he's confident because he's got this cavalry flank card in his hand, an advance card with a big value on it. So he feels that he can outmatch Orozco, who he knows hasn't got any advance cards, because he's been paying attention presumably. So in this situation, rather than just the attacker drawing cards from the basic deck and playing them, both sides are going to be playing tactics cards. So they both draw 2 cards. So there's my deck. 2 for Via, that's one. 2 for Via and 2 for Orozco. Then they simultaneously, well, that's not great, is it? Sorry, that's not great. They simultaneously choose one of their cards and play it face down. So here, Orozco has got a terrible, terrible hand, so he's a bit stuck. While Via has got several options what she wants to play. This cavalry flank is essentially an advanced upgrade of the cavalry charge card, so Via could play that for its big value. They both cost munition, but Via would have to get rid of his cavalry flank card unless he pays munition to keep it, so he's got choices there. He could play his desultory skirmishing if he thinks he's going to lose anyway. He might want to play that to save resources, and he could play his defensive positions card again, because that's only +2, but it's free. So he's kind of got 3 different costs and 3 different values. He's got some options. Orozco has got a terrible, terrible hand because all his cards are exactly the same, really, except degrees of terribleness. In this sort of situation, I'd probably be tempted as Orozco to play that card because it's fractionally better than this one. So he might conceivably get lucky, and it's free, so he doesn't spend the extra munition playing that one. So anyway, they both play a card, and Via will play this one because he's confident, he's cocky over Via, or psychic or something. When they play the cards, they both reveal them and go through the cards in order. Everything is potentially relevant now. So the first thing they have to do is pay for the card. So Orozco has decided he's in a bad way and has paid a card that doesn't have any cost on it. Via has to pay ammunition for his card. So I just chucked him off his base there, which you probably couldn't see, but it doesn't really matter because, of course, it's not really him. The next thing you do is look at the type of your cards and then check to see whether your card counters the other guy's type. So this card doesn't counter anything, so Orozco isn't very interested in this stage. Via, on the other hand, counters infantry tactics, bad infantry tactics, and artillery tactics, which is what those symbols mean. So, because this counters this, Via wins this battle automatically, and you don't need to worry about the values to see who's won. And so at that point Via stops. If they hadn't countered each other, say Via had played his defensive positions card because he's feeling very cheap, this card doesn't counter this one, so you'd have to look at the values. Looking at the values is just, again, adding the total up, so Via would have 6 in this case, and Orozco would have 6. And again, the defender wins tie, so in this particular situation, Orozco would beat Via, whereas in either of the other cards, this card, Via beats Orozco. And obviously you don't know what you know what you've played, but you don't know what your opponent's played, so there's a bit of rock, paper, scissors. And the basic cards effectively replace dice in the game. So you may feel like you've drawn bad cards, but that's kind of like rolling bad dice, and it's but where the randomness comes in the sequence is slightly earlier than it normally is in a resolution mechanism. Whereas it's after you've played the card, you might roll. In this case, you've effectively rolled bad to start with. In Orozco's case here. So anyway, that's how we determine the winner. Losses are the same as for everybody involved, every commander involved takes a loss for the support, so they both lose one support. And unless you win, and you win by 6 as an attacker, which Via didn't, because it was like nowhere near, was he 7 against 6? Well, close, but we won on trump though. So. And if you win as a defender, you need to win by 4 to avoid taking a loss. So again, that didn't happen. If you win by a trump, then you might win with a smaller force, in which case you or with a small alert total, in which case you still take the casualty, the loss of support. Right, so that's how you resolve player versus player combat. Again, after the battle, we check to see what we do with our cards, and again, same as usual, basic ones are thrown away, advanced ones are kept. So if Via had played the cavalry flank card, he'd have had to pay munition to play it, and if he wants to keep it, he plays another munition, which is still cheaper than drawing a new one by taking the training action, because it saves you the action. But like I say, it's a massive source of munitions for fighting battles for some reason. The consequences of the battle are the same. We didn't really say where we were fighting here, but wherever it was, it had the same consequences as it was in the previous one. So that's the standard player versus player combat, or army versus army combat. You take the support value from your badge, add the support value of your card, highest one wins. But before you do that, you check to see if one side trumps the other, and if they do, they win regardless of the totals. That's it. I'll talk about more complicated situations in the next video.